go wrong. Also, World News Tonight anchor David Muir joins Kelly for the hour. All next on Live. Now, here are Kelly Ripa and David Muir.
Monday, August 15, 2016. David Muir is here today.
Nicest crowd ever. But you looked at me like, how could you forget which chair was mine?
No, I didn't know. I would never assume you would know
that
the
just
chair.
means it's been too long.
I know, way too long.
It's only been like a few weeks, though.
No, that is true. But it's very funny because my husband, who I've been married to for 1,000 years, will come out and say the same thing. He's like, now, which chair am I in? And I go, have you ever seen the show?
Do you watch the show?
Do you watch it? You've been there 1,000 times. He just, yeah.
Have I stopped sweating, though? And it's not just, you usually do that to me, but I took the subway in, which, as you know, is how I get uptown.
I know.
But the subway, the air conditioning wasn't working. You know how that happens?
Oh, were you in the empty car?
No, I got in and everybody looked really miserable. You know, it's the morning, so people, but they were all, and I was like, what's going on in here?
Yeah.
The air conditioning wasn't working, so I thought, I'll go to the next car. I've got time. I jumped in the next car, the door's closed, and I look around, and everyone's just as miserable. That car wasn't working either.
So the air conditioning is shut down on what line was it?
I went to the third car at the next stop.
And they had air in there?
Yeah, they did. They did.
But I find that to be my happy place.
Sweating in the subway?
I like a sauna environment. So when the air conditioning is out, if there's an empty car in the subway, that's what I'll choose, because I go, oh, the air conditioning's not working there, and I'm going in there. Not only do I have the whole place to myself, you drop 7 to 8 pounds by the time you get off. It's the best diet plan ever.
So for those of you traveling and visiting New York this summer, just look for the people. You can tell by their faces if that car doesn't have air conditioning that's working. But speaking of sweat.
Yeah, speaking of sweat.
I gotta say that I saw you not long ago because my family was in town, and Kelly says to me, why don't you bring the entire family to Soul Cycle?
Yeah.
So I did, but she had no idea how big my squad is. So we show up, and Kelly has reserved almost, this is the little Post-it note. I don't know if you can see.
They gave us all the numbers of our bikes. They go, these are the bikes you're on.
We're all on these bikes. None of us are sitting next to each other. We're all over the room. And before the class even starts, Kelly's already in the front row, like, cycling like a madwoman, because she is so talented, because Soul Cycle is your thing.
Yeah, I'm so talented. I can pedal a bike that is glued to the floor.
But they all survived it, and they absolutely loved it. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now,
This is an article that made me think of you, and not because it made me think of you, but it made me think of you enduring a conversation with me.
Whoa.
Okay? These are 12 words and phrases you're using at work that make you sound dumb. Okay? Is anybody interested at all? Okay. Because I am guilty of a lot of these. I don't say this ever. I don't. But my kids do. Whatever. When you respond to somebody by saying whatever, it makes you sound dumb. Okay?
Also a little rude too, right? Like when you're like whatever.
Yes. It also, they're grouping this into a set of words called totally, like, and I say like, I can't, if you took the word like away, my tongue would stop working.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I say like all the time. I'm like, David, like, where do you want to eat tonight?
And I'm like, anywhere you want.
You're like, nowhere. I'm on the air. Stop texting me. And then any vulgar language, any profanity makes you sound dumb at work. But never use vulgarity at work. It makes you sound diminished. Using the word literally, which I use constantly, literally. You shouldn't use the phrase shout out. Don't give shout outs to your workmates. It makes you sound like a dummy. Don't say, oh my God.
Wait a minute. Have you told Lola?
Thank God she doesn't have a job. Don't say totally, legit, or I know, right? By the way, you can't say I know, right. You have to say it like this. I know, right? And don't say no worries.
No worries, right? Like it's like so old, right? To say that no worries. It's
no
like,
worries.
because it's not true.
It is. I know. If somebody tells you not to worry, I worry immediately.
Immediately. Or when they say, well, it's come up in the political campaign. You know, the whole believe me. You know,
believe me.
It's a tricky thing, and you know that's why these two campaigns have sort of fought with one another because.
Or honest to God, honest to God. As soon as one of my kids says honest to God, I go, what are you hiding?
First of all, don't bring him into this.
Right. Don't bring him or her into this.
Exactly.
Made-up words. Don't use made-up words. Words that you like to. There are hybrids of words now. You know what I'm talking about?
Because you think you sound like you're in the moment, but you're really not if you're using the.
And don't misuse words, which I'm so guilty of.
So this made me think of you too. This is how many times a day you touch your phone?
Ooh. Too many.
Too many.
Yeah.
Do you have a guess?
I don't know.
How many times do you think you touch your phone a day? 200? 1,000?
Thousands?
The average person clicks and swipes their phone 2,617 times a day. 2,607. That amounts to a total of 145 minutes daily on the phone over 76 separate phone sessions.
That's the average person, though.
That's
so
the average.
My daughter, you would have to ratchet that up like about 40%.
Yeah.
Because it's all.
It's all.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the moment we wake up, right? Like we now wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you reach over to your smartphone to see what's happening and.
Well, my smartphone wakes me up.
Oh.
Right. The alarm. I set the alarm on my smartphone.
You haven't touched me lately.
Yeah. It says time to get up.
You can set it to different people, right?
Yeah.
You should do that for people.
Wake them up.
You should wake them up. We should. Let's do that after the show. I'll be
at your house tomorrow morning. I'll be like. Swoopsie, I got you some coffee.
This is, I don't know if this is going to be applicable to your house because I know Mark wipes out the toys even when they're not out of date, right?
Yeah, he threw away Hobbs, the precious memento. We had a precious memento that got wiped out.
And we're not over it yet.
No.
Well, listen, this is crazy. How much are your old toys worth now?
Oh.
So think about this because you got them at home. Okay, so like the Play School flashlight. It's worth $148 now.
What?
The Easy Bake. You had an Easy Bake, right?
No, but my cousin did. My cousin had all the toys I wanted. So.
Isn't that the way? We didn't have an Easy Bake, but the neighbors always had the Easy Bake.
I know. And why was that brownie so delicious?
It was really, really $322 you could get for your Easy Bake.
Guys,
right? Super Soaker, $500. Game Boy, $649. Furby, $900. But listen to this, because we were talking about this.
I gotta get to the woods.
You have a Furby?
Mark threw a. Okay. We had a Furby. We had a Furby that got ill. It coughed. It was my son's Furby. It developed a hacking cough, and Mark couldn't stand it anymore because we would hear it in the toy box going. So he threw it. He says he took the battery out and it was still coughing, which made us think it was possessed. He threw it into the woods behind our house, and at night we would be in bed, and all of a sudden we would hear. I'm not kidding. It was the most demented thing.
I know you're going to be in the woods looking for that $900 Furby now.
Now that I know.
And the Princess Diana Beanie Baby, we were talking about this with a couple of the producers here and a producer from World News Tonight, who we will never see again now, because we have revealed to them that you can get $500,000 for your Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is a Princess Diana Beanie Baby?
That was my question.
What does that look like?
That was my question. It's got a little bow or something?
It's purple. It has a rose. You know? You have one? You're leaving.
They just left.
I gotta go. No kid. Why is it so valuable?
Because you didn't know what it was.
Right.
I mean, clearly there must have been like just a few of them out there, right?
I'm sure Mark threw it away.
Except for that, there were like 4 people in the room, and 2 of them had one. So maybe the value is gonna like.
Well, you know, my boys do that. I mean, you've seen that they collect toys and they keep them in the box, brand new. And I think, why are you doing this? And they say it'll be valuable someday. But I know my kids. If they are hoarding toys, these are the non-valuable toys. These are the toys that will be worthless.
Right. And then a week later, they're gone anyway because Mark has come through with the Furby.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. This is exciting, everybody. There was a customer at a restaurant that tipped a waiter $1 million. How about that? It's a shame, though. It was an accident, and somehow, I guess, the credit card company said that they weren't going to honor the charge. He was able to contact the bank in time. But think about how exciting that was for the waiter, who probably quit their job in the moment and said, I don't need your crap anymore. I am a millionaire, and now...
Did we give anything to the waiter?
Oh, $31.
So this is something that caught my eye too. I'm sure you've all had this, and sometimes it happens to you like right as you're falling asleep. All of a sudden, you jump back up.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's a name for this, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's the hypnagogic jerk. Do you like that?
Only you could say that.
It's the hypnagogic jerk.
Hypnagogic jerk.
Kelly will often say, "Can you just say tonight?" Because
it's so true. When he says on World News Tonight, and when he says tonight, everything's okay. I go, yep, tonight, right?
So anyways, it's the hypnagogic jerk or the myoclonic jerk. But apparently this is all part of evolution, and when we were like living in the woods way back when, your body would jerk you awake so you could make sure there wasn't something much larger than you about to, take care of you.
Yeah. Right, sure.
But now they say that it can be chemically induced, like if you've had coffee too late in the day, which lately for me is the new cold brew, the cold press that you do. Isn't it like, it's like rocket fuel?
Yeah.
Like I can drink it at 1 before the news, and I want to say every other word during the newscast. I have to but the cold brew, watch out for it.
So you drink it at 1 before your 6:30 p.m. broadcast.
And I'll just sort of nurse it.
And you're still feeling the effects.
Yeah, but one day, because I knew what was happening to me, I bought it for all the senior producers at the Rim, and literally...
The news was over in 12 minutes?
One of the producers, like Claire across from me, she's like, I don't think I can do this. We had like 20 minutes to go before the show. And she'd only had like this much but yeah, from Joe right here. I'll give you one.
I should try that, yeah. I like a
before
little
Soul
jolt.
Cycle.
Pre-Soul Cycle jolt, yes. I find that, it's funny, we were just, not too long ago, I was having this conversation with Anderson Cooper about flying, dreaming about flying. And do you dream about flying?
I do dream about flying.
You do? And do you get airborne?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
So I have a really hard time getting off the ground.
Wait a minute. By yourself? Like you're talking about you flying?
Yeah, me flying.
Oh, no, I don't dream about me flying.
Oh, you don't dream about flying?
No.
You don't dream that you're flying, you're not airborne?
No.
Okay, that makes me feel better then. Because Anderson,
he takes off.
is like Superman. He's flying all over the place. He is just like, he's up in the air. He's got...
I think he can fly because literally in the last few weeks I've run into him in the airport,
every airplane.
every hotel I walk into. And we were covering the same things though. But we look up and we're like, here we are again. But it's kind of the fun.
Yeah.
But Anderson's, I have to figure it out because he's just much cooler about the whole thing. He's got his T-shirt and his ball cap all the way down on his face.
He has his costume. Yeah. He has his hidden costume.
I walk in with my World News Tonight button. So uncool. And Anderson's like the coolest guy in the airport. Anyway, I'll work on it.
That is funny. No, it's curious because I find that if I do get airborne, I think that jerk, whatever it's called, the what's it called?
The hypnagogic jerk.
Hypnagogic jerk. It jolts me awake, and because it's
just taking care of you because it doesn't want anything bad to happen mid-flight.
Yeah, mid-flight. Thank you. That's good. Hey, we got a big show today. Matthew McConaughey is here.
Margo Martindale is here too. I love her. She's in everything. She's in everything. And Dr. Melina Giampolo, she's going to tell us where our salads go wrong.
This is important.
This is really important.
This is so important. I'm not kidding. You know how we all order salads because we're going to be healthy, we're going to make a healthy choice, and we're going to have a nice, sensible salad? Some of the salads we are eating, we might as well have a Big Mac and fries. So basically, Dr. Melina is going to tell us just to order a Big Mac and fries, which is exciting. The most exciting thing ever.
We can have a steak tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally having it. Huh?
I don't think that's the point.
No, the point is we can all have fried chicken and eat it too.
Yeah.
I think pretty much that's what I heard.
That's what your takeaway was.
When I read my notes, I was like, I'm having a Big Mac tonight.
But wait till you hear about the Caesar salad. That's what I was reading the notes last night.
Guys, eat a wedding cake. Don't eat a Caesar salad. Eat a wedding cake.
Anyway, time for Drive Me Wild
Travel Trivia.
just
We're just going to the drive-in.
Hold on, Hunter.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I mean, you just talked a big game about how you fly. I thought I would go flying with you, but
yeah, I know, we're in a car.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Hey, you look good in that car.
Hey, thanks.
I love the live Kelly on the grill there.
A lot of special.
Do you
that's
see it?
so funny. I just noticed that.
Halogen lights and live Kelly on the grill.
Well, we spared no expense with that graphic.
All right. I feel like. Are we going to talk about the dancer? Because I'm done driving.
You can let go. We won't crash. We won't crash.
Okay, good.
That's Mary Collin from Baker City, Oregon. Hi. Great, thank you. Adorable. So cute.
Mary was amazing.
Yeah.
Our driving didn't throw her off.
Nope.
Let's take the call, right?
That's Vicki Perrone from Mount Pleasant, Texas. Hey, Vicki.
Hey, Kelly. Hi, David.
Hey,
I love
Vicki.
you guys.
Oh, we love you more.
Too.
Wait a minute. I'm surprised we even got you. Aren't you? You're like going to Greece and all these great places this summer.
Yes, I'm going to be taking off in 6 days.
We have been talking about Greece for really months.
For months and months.
Vicki,
we want to take a family trip to Greece.
Can we come with you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yes.
It's going to happen.
So awkward.
Yeah,
Did you see?
I know, we were like...
Yeah. Where are you going in Greece?
Well, we're going to be in Athens, but we're also going to tour the islands.
Yeah.
We're going to do a cruise around the islands and go to Athens.
That's what I would tell anyone going to Greece, because you don't have to pay for the boat the entire time, but they have like these great little tours on these little boats, and they'll take you in between the islands. It's amazing. But
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
We're excited for you. We're going to spin the wheel and see if we can win you another trip. Okay?
All right.
What's it say? The Club Barbados. 7 days, 6 nights in an oceanfront room. It is all-inclusive. What does that include, David?
It includes...
All. Yeah.
Everything. You know, of course, I'm looking at the card for what it includes, and I just was going to draw a blank, but you said all-inclusive.
All-inclusive, which means it includes all.
Hey.
Yeah. You take the mini bar, wipe out the mini bar. Just put it in your travel bag.
All right, Vicki, here it goes.
Wait,
Here's
this
the
trip
question.
is provided in part by Hotels.com. It's valued at $8,300, and you have 20 seconds and only one guess. If I don't say that, the lawyers will be all over me.
Hotels.com will be on you.
On me.
We love Hotels.com, and here we go. Here's the question. We've had Mark Ruffalo on the show. We love Mark. In what 2014 film, based on a true story, did we say Mark appeared for, and for which he was nominated for an Academy Award?
Oh, let me...
Google that.
Yeah. You said 2015.
2014.
2014. Just backspace and do...
Texas?
Yes!
Congratulations, you and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Club Barbados Resort and Spa. The Club Barbados Resort and Spa offers an idyllic waterfront setting with sweeping views of the turquoise Caribbean Sea on the island's famous west coast. Guests can be as active or as relaxed as they please, with all-inclusive offerings such as water sports, tennis, a fitness center, freshwater swimming pools, 3 bars, gourmet dining, and more. Your prize is valued at approximately $8,300.
You know what? You don't need that trip to Greece. David and I will take the trip to Greece off your hands, and you can go to the club in Barbados. How about that? Everybody plays, everybody wins.
She seems like she's kind of mixed on that notion.
Yeah. All right, now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 gift certificate from Omaha Steaks. So please pick a number between 1 and 224.
154.
All right.
Salad can go wrong. Actress Margo Martindale. Coming up next, Matthew McConaughey.
Well, we've all enjoyed him for decades in many of our favorite films, and now he's got a summer movie that's perfect for the whole family. So please welcome Matthew McConaughey.
turned to David and I said, has Matthew been a person of the week on World News Tonight?
Yeah, we talked about interstellar travel.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but this is a different kind of travel that you've done this summer. You've actually taken your family with you all summer long to South Africa.
They luckily go everywhere I go. Thanks to my wife saying this is the deal. When we're having kids, when you go, we go. And we've done it for 7 years, and it's been wonderful.
That is great.
And, I mean, look, I've always loved to travel. I started traveling when I was 15, and I've been to, I don't know, 15 different countries. But I always think if you want to know about somebody, have a look at their passport.
Yeah.
Tell you a lot about somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your kids will be able to take their passports into school and just like on show and tell day say, and this is the stamp for, I mean,
That was always dreadful though, the first day back to school when you had to compare yourself to everyone else's summer and your kids are like, oh, I went to South Africa.
We just got back from Thailand. It was a great experience.
Wow.
And the schoolwork they're doing when we travel, the school that we're working with is helping set up a curriculum that is specific to the places we go to. What's the economy? What's the government? What's the climate? What's the animals? What's the wildlife?
And my kids are in high school and they're just getting to that now. That's a very advanced school that you're in, that you have set up. Your wife, Camilla, just became an American citizen.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
I know it. They say, you know,
Look at that. I love that.
That's we went down to support her that day. That's for sure. No, it's a big day and a big day for her. And you know, born an American, I get reminded how special, how much of a privilege it is to be an American citizen. Boy, she studied. She would have these flashcards and asking me questions about our country that I had forgotten and didn't know. Yeah. And then she went and passed the test. It was a really, really big day. We were real proud of her, and she's honored to be on that.
You know, in this election year, it's important to remember how lucky we all are.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So you're a huge music lover. Yeah. And Merle Haggard, we all talked about him when we lost him. Yep. But you were a true believer in his lyrics and the stories that he would tell.
Yeah, he was a great storyteller. And as Toby Keith puts it, he goes, you know, he stayed true to talking about what he knew and what he understood all the way through. He never switched genres. He never said, oh, I'm going to try and do this style of music now. He did Merle music the entire way. And yeah, lost a country legend there.
Yeah, big loss to everyone. Yeah, really. We have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about a recent surprise that you had for your daughter. Okay. That's a scene from Kubo and the Two Strings. So you play a mighty beetle.
Mighty samurai beetle. Yes.
It's nice for your kids that they can see a movie you're in.
Finally.
Finally.
I mean, if you look at my recent track record in the last 10 years, there's not many that they've been able to see, actually zero.
You screened it in the living room with the kids?
Well, screened it with the kids. We watched it, thoroughly enjoyed it. My wife really loves it. I'm a big fan of it too, but we go in, and I didn't tell my kids, I said, let's go watch this new film, Kubo. The Beatle comes on, I come on, and a scene like that, and my daughter goes, Popeye, that funny Beatle sounds just like you. I'm like, huh. So the next scene, I'm telling you, Popeye, he sounds a lot like you. And she did it through the entire film, and at the end of the film, I was like, because that was me. And
see that?
I got a lot of kudos in the house.
Of course.
I'm kind of big time in the house now.
Of course, and I actually think the Beatle kind of looks like you, which is.
He does?
A little bit. Like he's got like a little essence of you. Am I wrong?
Which part?
I don't know. Just a little. I don't know. Maybe your mannerisms.
The physicality of the whole thing.
Oh well, you know what? Maybe. You know what they did? When you go in to record those things, they put a camera up, so they're recording what you're doing physically.
Oh,
and they sort of, so it's not just the voice, and the animators would sit there and pick out things that maybe I did physically when I was doing the performance in the studio.
I see.
So the victorious moment for the Beatles.
Yes.
I must have done that on the day.
I'm telling you, I'm like the whole point of doing a voiceover work would be to not have the cameras there, but now they put cameras in.
But you can wear what you want. You can be in your pajamas if you want.
Okay. All right. Well, keep me in mind for the sequel. Okay.
No, it's easy. It's easy.
Listen, the name of the movie is Kubo and the Two Strings, and it's in theaters Friday, August 19th. And we thank you so much for being here.
The parents as well.
Thanks for being here.
Nice to be here.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Live, Mariah.
things I was interested in hearing about.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
We were just saying during the break, we love Margo Martindale. She's in everything. You were in everything.
You are. Thank
dear.
God.
I hope you don't get sick of me.
Never.
I always worry about that.
Now, where are you living? I had heard a dirty rumor that you were living in L.A.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, good.
No,
Where are you living?
no, never.
Where are you living?
I live in the same apartment I've lived in since 1978.
No kidding.
Right
the
here
Upper
in
West
New York.
Side.
Yes.
Upper West Side.
You're our Margo Martindale.
Which is why we'll invite you back next week here. Because this is, for those of you watching, this is the Upper West Side where we're doing the show right now.
You started your career early on, right?
Well, I started in high school at 16.
Wow.
You know.
Did Broadway?
I have done Broadway,
Wow.
but I didn't do it in high school.
Yeah. No, actually,
I did it in Jacksonville, Texas.
I read that you were a private investigator.
I was. When I was doing a play at the Manhattan Theater Club because it wasn't enough money, I was a private investigator during the day.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Okay, so explain to me, what does that entail? Who are you investigating? And how do you go about investigating who you're investigating? Because you're not an investigator anymore, so you can tell us now.
Well, no, mostly it was telephone work.
Oh.
Mostly it was about husbands.
Yes.
And about, and in talking to neighbors, about headhunters looking for people, you know, trying to check up on their back.
Did you ever uncover anything? Like,
Not a thing.
You never caught it? You never caught
I never got to go out in the car and, you know, put on disguises, which is really what I wanted to do.
But you were a waitress, and not just the average waitress. You were...
I've been many waitresses.
But you were like at a Weight Watchers restaurant, which
I had lost a lot of weight on Weight Watchers. Hello, Weight Watchers. Surprise. And I became the on-the-floor authority at Weight Watchers restaurant. Now, during this time, they had an ice cream machine at Weight Watchers restaurant.
Seriously?
And so I would just always go get a little taste of ice cream, you know, while I go answer people's questions, and started gaining
at the Weight Watchers restaurant.
Those are called BLTs, right? Bites, licks, and tastes?
That's right, exactly.
One of my best friends has been on Weight Watchers for a long time, and so I always like hear about the group meetings and like the catchphrases.
I love Weight Watchers.
Yeah, I do too.
Obviously, I haven't been going
They let you eat bread. Did you hear Oprah say?
Oh, you can eat bread. You can eat anything you want to.
It's amazing.
And you can have the ice cream if you were waiting to the restaurant.
Right.
But listen, you don't need to do Weight Watchers because you are so busy. The Americans, come on, the Americans
the
finally,
success of that show.
right? Finally getting the accolades it deserves.
You play a KGB member named Claudia, of course, and Claudia, I think this is such perfect casting because Claudia looks so innocent, so...
Really? Man, she looks scary to me.
I mean, but most people looking at her would not say that this is a KGB operative.
Not initially.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderfully written show by Joel Fields and Joe Weisberg, and I'm so proud to be on that show.
And you're nominated again.
I am nominated again.
And she won last time. Incredible.
You're like my friend David Muir here. You were so uncomfortable having yourself praised just now. You were like, I am nominated again.
This year, though, I'm so happy that the Americans has gotten their due. I mean, Matthew Reese and Kerry Russell and Joe and Joel and the show, everything is all nominated.
Yeah,
so.
Gotta check it out if you haven't started already. When we come back, we're going to talk about Margo's acting in bed. Margo Martindale, The Hollers, coming out soon. And almost the entire movie, you're acting from that hospital bed. Have you done that before?
Been a bed actress before.
Yeah.
Yes,
I didn't want to put it that way.
Were you ever on a soap opera? Because there's a lot of bed acting on a soap opera.
And isn't it fun?
Yeah, it's the best. No blocking.
So good.
But seriously, you don't have to remember where you're walking.
I was doing a movie a couple of summers ago, and a woman who was an extra in the scene said to me, I want to be an actress like you. I said, well, that's great. And she said, do you only do bed acting? I said, No.
But let me ask you about the character you play, because I think this is really incredible in this movie, because you're going through something traumatic and painful, and yet the character you play is able to find the humor in it all, which I think so many people are going to be able to relate to.
This movie is such a sweet, honest, simple story of a family and her relationship and our relationship with each other, my two sons and my husband, and it's a slice of life elevated. It's a very touching and funny, poignant story.
And it's a powerhouse cast. We saw you there with John Krasinski, who also is the director.
Yes.
What's he like to work with?
Oh, he's heavenly.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's fabulous. I met him doing a commercial for Marshalls.
Oh my God!
And he was still in college, and he had gotten an extra job that they bumped him up to be a principal. And I said to him at the time, I don't have any money, and I'm not a betting person, but if I did, I'd bet it all on you.
Wow.
Yeah. And 15 years later, he calls me up and says, do you remember me? I said, well, sure. He said, will you come do this movie for me?
Wow.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Isn't that
sweet? Oh my gosh, that's well, you both made it. Yeah, right.
You've got some powerful scenes in this movie, though. And he helped direct you through those moments?
He did, but, you know, everything was so available. Everybody was so... we really became a family. And it just happened. And he's an extraordinary director. He knows what he wants, and he's just a dream of a person.
And I would think directing you just like get out of your way and let you be your honest self.
No, sometimes please give me some help.
Oh, I don't know. I think you just have that thing. I'm so looking forward to this movie. It opens Friday, August 26th. Next week, The Haulers. Make sure you check out Margo, Martindale. You should stick around. Stick around, because we're going to do the dirty secret about salad when we come back. I'm so depressed.
She's depressed before we even start this segment. The favorite salad off the restaurant menu is going to help us cut calories. But today, Dr. Melina Gempolis, author of The Doctor on Demand Diet, she's going to show us. It's really good. You got to read this. And she's here to reveal where the salads go wrong. Honestly, it is a real eye-opener.
Yes,
about...
yes.
Welcome.
Dr. Melina, everybody. So, okay, take us through. I have conservatively had 10,000 Chinese chicken salads in my life because I go, it's health food, it's chicken, and it's a salad. Why is it so bad for me?
Well, I mean, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see my patients make, because they think they're being so virtuous. It's a salad, it has vegetables, it must be good for us and low in calories, right? Absolutely not. This harmless, kind of harmless looking Chinese chicken salad has, just the dressing alone has 64 grams of sugar and more than 1,300 calories. I mean, that's ridiculous. For the same amount of calories, you might as well have the orange chicken, a side of white rice. Guys, we put the sprig of broccoli on there and a cola. I mean, for the amount, this is 16 teaspoons of sugar just in the salad dressing.
Guys, did you hear what Dr. Melina said? We can have a fried Chinese chicken.
Gelman's like, that's not what she said.
A better idea is really to get like the chicken and broccoli, anything steamed.
Steamed chicken and broccoli.
Is a great word. A little boring, brown rice if you get. Okay, moving on. I don't think anybody thinks of this as super healthy, the taco salad, but by the time you add up the sour cream, the cheddar cheese, the beef, the guacamole, which is healthy. It has avocado and lettuce.
Good fat.
But we're at 1,600 calories here, 108 grams of fat. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is...
Wait. What do you get to eat instead?
No, this is not... No, you guys misunderstand. It's not what you get to eat, but you may as well have the stuffed burrito with the side of it. Burrito underwear. We're so excited. A better option would be to do some soft tacos or something. You could even have a side of chips. Cut your calories in half.
I thought burritos were healthy.
Well, okay, that's a whole other segment. We'll do that next time.
Okay, next time.
Moving on. The Cobb salad, this certainly does have some healthy features.
Yes.
Avocado. We have some tomatoes.
This poor woman just said, oh, God. That's what she has every night,
by the time you add bacon, which is a known carcinogen, the World Health Organization has said now that it's a definite carcinogen. We really, 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 really want to cut back on bacon, okay? Sorry if any bacon lovers out there. And the blue cheese, high in calories, extra cheese, and then the ranch dressing, which I love. I have to admit I love. But then we're looking at 1,130 calories and almost an entire day's worth of sodium. So you may as well be eating. This is actually much less calories. There's fewer calories. No, that's not the point of this segment. That's not. You know what?
I was like,
we've changed the narrative. We're going to have the burger and
seriously, in this case, you really could for the amount of calories. Okay. Chicken Caesar salad. I can't tell you how many. I don't know why this is a male thing. A lot of my male patients, they come in there like, hey, doc, I was so good for lunch. All I had was the chicken Caesar. I'm like, listen, for the amount of calories, this is almost 1,000 calories. By the time you add the Caesar dressing, the croutons, the extra cheese that's added on, you're going to look like Caesar if you eat these all the time. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Dr. Molina, can you look into the camera here and explain to my friend Albert Bianchini about the crouton? What does the crouton do?
Who eats dried white bread? How, on what planet is this a delicacy?
He eats croutons out of the bag.
Okay, yeah. That food fetish, that's a whole nother segment. But even just one simple thing, if you skip the croutons and got the dressing on the side, you would cut hundreds of calories. You're really, I tell you this all the time. No. Oh my, put it back on. That's it. I'm not doing this. There's reveals. Okay. This one too is really surprising. A lot of my patients think they're being very virtuous having the goat cheese salad. They even put it on better lettuce.
Wait, this looks like balsamic vinaigrette.
I know, but it's still okay. But when we add up just the calories from the dried fruit and the nuts, we're already at 400 calories. Plus you add the goat cheese, which is a concentrated form of calories because of the fat, and the vinaigrette, which is still oil. That's a big mistake too. My patients think vinaigrette is calorie-free. It's made with oil. Honestly, for this, just get the spaghetti and meatballs for that. This one I'm glad to. No, get a salad on the side. You get the idea, right?
We have to take a commercial break, okay? We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come back with the top things that you must avoid when hitting your favorite salad bar. So more with Dr.
Want to know more about anything you see on live? Go to livekelly.com.
Diet, which really is an incredible book, and of course we are giving you the worst time ever. You have the best nutrition tips of any person we've ever had here. We of course just want to eat cheesesteaks, but tell us, how can we take these salads and make them healthy?
Yeah, I want to be realistic because I do want you to get salad. Leafy greens are great. You need a little bit of fat for them. So with this salad, for example, and I mean, Gelman gave me a great idea. Get the fried noodles on the side. You can just put a few of them on there just to get that little bit of crunch. You don't need 500. You can get a different dressing. Just drizzle it with a little bit, or I have a great recipe in my book for an Asian-style vinaigrette that's really good, but always dressing on the side, so you can do 1 or 2 teaspoons, save a ton of calories, and you still get the good components of the salad in, which is really important. The Cobb salad, it's all about compromises. So what I tell my patients is choose one of the cheeses, and I recommend blue cheese because it's a stronger cheese, so you can use a little bit less, but still get the flavor. Skip the bacon, maybe back off on the olives a little bit because they're really high in sodium, and you can get ranch, that's my favorite. Dip your fork in it so you get a little bit in every bite before you spear the lettuce, so you really still enjoy all the positive, and the avocado, of course, that's a no-brainer.
And when you just dip your fork in, you realize at the end, wow, I didn't need all that dressing.
You didn't need it. You bury the taste of the salad if you have too much dressing. This one is really, these are all very concentrated form of calories, so choose either the dried fruit or the nuts, not both. Ask for dried cheese. Again, balsamic vinaigrette still has calories, so get it on the side. It is healthy, so drizzle 2 teaspoons on it instead of a 1/4 cup, and you'll save over 200 calories.
What about like a nice lemon, just the juice of a lemon and an olive oil? Is that a good dressing?
I don't know that it would taste that good. I think you need more balsamic for this, but in general, that's a great idea. That's a really light.
These are the ingredients to avoid at the salad bar, right?
Salad bars drive me crazy sometimes. First of all, when you have the salads that are loaded with oil that you put onto your salad that you're going to put dressing on, so stay away from anything that's marinated. Pasta salad does not belong in a salad. That's pasta. If you want to have that, that's fine. That's a different meal. Corn, I'm not a big fan of. It's It's a really high-calorie vegetable, but it doesn't have a ton of fiber. So if you're going to have starch, I'd much rather you have beans. It's triple the fiber.
Okay.
And last but not least, one of my big pet peeves is fat-free dressing. What do you think they usually replace the fat with? Sugar. It's not a great idea, and you need a little bit of fat to absorb the vitamins in salad. So it's really important. So these are all things to
So fun. Thanks for having me, Cal.
Thank you for being here.
Can you come to the newsroom with me now?
I'm coming to the newsroom to you, and I'm bringing you the cheesesteak and the spaghetti and meatballs.
The burger.
Don't tell Dr. Molina. Hey, make sure you check out David Muir on World News Tonight at 6:30 p.m. every night on ABC. You are incredible.
You're incredible. And tomorrow.